Hey guys, it's Diya here from LifeAlchemist.com. I am just doing a quick little video for you guys. I don't actually normally share my spirituality practices on the internet. Even though I talk about spirituality a lot, I give really watered down versions of what I actually do, because sometimes I get nervous that it's going to be too much for people or they won't really get it. And right now feels like a good time to actually open up and be honest and real about what gets me through the darkest of times. So we are going to start by talking about books. I am super obsessed with reading books like Spirit Hacking by Shaman Durek or anything related to personal growth, spirituality. I love Robin Sharma. I love Tony Robbins because I'm doing some of his programs right now and they have really been helping me. And I love Shaman Durek. It's really all about just picking things up that you think you might like, giving it a try, and then you'll find the authors that you connect with. And at different times in my life, I've connected with different authors. I love Bethany Frankel's books, and I love books by Kelly Cutrone. She's really spiritual as well, but also a boss ass bitch. And it's just fun to read about other people's stories and how they integrate spirituality into their own lives. So that is one way that I kind of lift up my spirits in the morning or at night, or when I'm really feeling like I need a shift in perspective, because a lot of times we can get too stuck in the day-to-day and we don't actually look at life outside of ourselves and put ourselves in the shoes of other people. And when we do that by reading a book, by watching a television show or a documentary or docuseries, it allows us to really just like break out of whatever is going on, especially in a time right now where we're dealing with coronavirus. It's scary. The news is so scary. It actually made me cry last night, and I never ever care about the news, and just watching it makes us feel like we are in more of a crisis than maybe we truly are, because at the end of the day we just have ourselves and we just have what's in front of us, and what's in front of us is part of our resource bank. So everything in front of you is a resource. The internet is a resource. Your internal mindset and your energy is a resource. So it's just about tapping into your resources, getting inspired, and then taking inspired action. So for whatever reason, over the last few years, I have been obsessed with candle magic. And it's actually been the last 2 years since I moved into my current apartment that I've really like embraced it fully. And I think it's because I am living primarily by myself, and my friend who I met in my building came up to me one day. This is right when I met her, and she was like, I'm a witch and I do a bunch of candle spells and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh my god, who are you? Like, should I be scared of you? What is going on? And so actually she's one of my best friends now, and we have so much fun, and I'm so happy that she was so open and talked to me about all of this. She is a Wicca, more or less. I'm not necessarily. I just do what I feel like, and I don't really focus on labels. But I loved the idea of what she told me, and I use it. I used to do it every day with little candles, and now I just do bigger ones because my schedule is more busy and I don't necessarily have the will to do it every day. So what she taught me is that first you need to get a piece of paper, and you need to have it be small, and I put a sigil on it, which is like a symbol, and I used the symbol on Shaman Durek's book. See this blue thing? This is called a quintarium or something like that. And it basically just like clears out any obstacles, brings in fresh energy, and just kind of serves as a protective symbol for these times. A lot of the symbols that we see, Egyptian symbols, those are powerful as well, and you can do those. I first understood the concept of a sigil when I read about it in Sophia Amoruso's book, Girl Boss, where she talks about how she uses sigils as little things that she keeps on her desk, and she says that's how she became successful. And so when my friend told me about this, I was like, oh, that's what Sophia Amoruso does, and she's like my role model, so of course I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. So you do that, you put it on a piece of paper, and then you grab a candle. And I do big candles like this, but honestly, you could do a candle that is teeny tiny and small, like a birthday cake candle. And I write my name in it with like this metal thing that I have. I think it's actually like a home tool, but I use it to carve my name into a candle. So I carve my name into a candle. And then you think about the things you want most in the world. So for me, I always write money, cash, prosperity, love. Recently, on the most recent one I did evil eye protection. And then I wrote for that BURINAZAR, Buri Nazar. And that's like Indian evil eye protection, to also activate truth, because the whole point of evil eye is that the truth of the situation will always be protected. So that's why I put it on mine. And what you do is you pick an area in your home where you can let the candle burn and you're not going to be stressed. I do it based on Feng Shui. So if I'm trying to attract money or like open the door to have more money come to me, I put it in my money shrine, which is in the money section of my home. I personally always have a candle there because the feng shui of my home is that I make a lot of money and I spend a lot of money. And then when I put a fire element in my money section, it cancels out the sink that's there, and it actually helps you save money. So, and honestly, I notice a huge difference, whether it's subconscious, where it's just something in me that makes me react differently to situations. It doesn't matter, it's just something that brings me calmness, and that's how you should feel when you are doing spiritual practices. You should feel connected, you should feel calm, you should feel energized, and you should feel clear-hearted afterwards. So that's a good sign to know if this is a good practice for you or if it's not, and you'll know. So I write down whatever I want on the candle, and sometimes you can get candles that are not in glass and you can write on the sides of them. And I get really specific, so when I have a big candle that I can write a lot of things on, I say I want X amount into my bank account by this day, and it's fun to be specific like that. Once I did like, oh, I need $7,000 by this day, and then looking back like months later, I was like, oh my God, that actually happened. And you don't realize. So the other thing is to also like just have fun with it. The more fun you have with the process, the easier things flow to you, because you don't have all these barriers up, energetically speaking, that is. So just play around, just have fun. Put it in an area of your home that makes sense for what you're trying to attract. And you can use this feng shui grid. So if you just Google feng shui grid, it's gonna show you where the map is, and then it will tell you north, east, west, south, and you tilt that map on top of your floor plan, and that's how you find out what area is what. And I put the candle there. And then for evil eye for example, you want to use colors that connect with the candle. So I used blue, but if you don't have the color candle you want, then you can use white for anything, and a white candle will always be good. Times that you really want to be careful about the color of the candle is when you're using black, and that's because black is a very protective color. And when you're working with color psychology, black can sometimes be almost like it's endless and vast, and you want to make sure that you're not bringing in those whatever associates with that color into your life with this candle. I think it truly works, so I like to clear out my energy with white. I don't always use color. I typically just stick with white. I did blue for my evil eye protection because it just felt really great, and I've been connecting with my throat chakra more and activating my voice and really increasing the authenticity of my voice rather than blacking it out. So just be mindful when you're using colors, but there's no wrong way to do any of this as long as you're just having fun with it. So essentially, you take your symbol, your sigil. It could even be a heart. I write prosperity on top of it. And then I hold my candle. And then I really feel I allow my candle to just almost as if it's like falling into you so that it connects with your energy. And then you say out loud, I rid this candle of any negative properties that it may have, making it pure in every way. And then you place it on top of your symbol. So I sit and I meditate about how I would feel when I get whatever I am essentially asking for. So how is it gonna feel when my life is easy and I love my clients and I'm having tons of fun with my friends and I have a fun puppy? And when you start to connect with that feeling, then that is the moment that you light the candle, and you can either listen to chants and really like have a moment, or you can read out some sort of like phrase or anything that you want, and it will keep your wish going as the candle burns. So the way that you're thinking and feeling about being happy and successful, the candle light holds that and amplifies it out to the universe for the whole time that it's burning. So because this is something that is almost like a prayer in motion, you cannot blow out this candle. And the reason why is because when you're blowing out the candle, you're essentially blowing out your dreams. You're killing your dreams, because this is like a metaphor for everything that you've been asking for. So instead, if you have to put the candle out, you need to snuff it out. So you could put like a sheet on, not a sheet of paper because it will burn, but you could do a paper, or not a paper, you could do a plate, and you can just like kill it by not having it have oxygen, or you can dump water or whatever you want, but you yourself cannot blow it out. You can allow it to just die out. I let my candles burn for like 7 days, and I probably shouldn't say that on the internet. Do it at your own risk, but this is truly what I do, and I feel like it helps me so much, and I hope that it helps you a lot, and I hope that it's going to help you feel peaceful during this time. And if you want to think about ancient cultures that do this, every single culture does this. You put a wish into a candle and it burns, or you pray for someone's safety, or you pray for success of your business, and just the act of communicating with the universe at large to say, I would love to see this come to light, or I would love to see it happen. That is something that is so powerful, and it's ancient, and it's historic, and it has never gone away. So Give this a try. Let me know what you think. You can Google on your phone symbols for happiness, and it will show you a symbol, and you can just do whatever resonates with you. Play around, have fun, don't think about it too much, and let me know how it goes in the comments section. I've done other videos on candle magic before, but I think I may have given a little bit of like a censored version, and this is more of a raw, rough cut. And I also just want to say that different days of the week are good for different things. Monday is good for travel. If you're trying to manifest a trip, you can write a location, you can write it on your candle, you can write like funds or easy money to go and not be stressed or whatever. Tuesday is motivation. Just Google it. You're gonna find so much. I can do a separate video about the days of weeks and give it to you so that you are able to pick the right day for what you're trying to create. But yeah, I hope you have fun with it. Check out lovethealchemist.com. Check out Liquid Alchemy Podcast. A new one is coming out today, and I hope you guys like it. Bye.